Joshua, since I'm gonna bring this back up, we got a heated debate
Bro,
at
oh
this
my
at dinner
gosh.
yesterday. 985 runners finished their race at mile 18 of the LA Marathon and were eligible for a medal.
I seen that Runner's World.
Saw that? Yeah. Yeah. So, how do you feel about that, bro?
It was 4% of the finishers.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? You know what? You might be right, bro. That might be good for business, bro. That might be good for business.
Wait,
Cause
but
like
someone
every
else is here. Someone else, Raymond, how do you feel about it? Because we got a heated discussion yesterday when we were at a restaurant. We're celebrating my birthday and my dad's birthday, who's actually today as we're filming this, but
happy
as it's
birthday,
coming out.
pops. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to your dad.
How you feel about the LA Marathon debacle? Aaron's very passionately against it, but
Yeah, that sounds like 4% too many people that have a medal.
oh my
Like, I
God.
think I don't care about business. I ain't the business owner. Like,
Facts,
you
man.
gotta finish that marathon. It's not like this is the hottest marathon in history.
That's
You
what
know it
I'm
or you
saying. It
didn't.
wasn't the hottest marathon. Hey, I actually was on a. It's funny. At work today, I was on a call, and someone was like, "Aaron, like your podcast popped up on my feed, and you were talking about the LA Marathon." And then he was talking about when he did the Chicago Marathon one year. He's an older dude. Yo, shout out Bert if he's listening. He said it was so hot that at mile 15 they shut down. They shut down the race. Actually, they like police came. They were like, "You got to get off. You got to get off the course. You got to get off the course." And they got medals, but LA wasn't that hot though. It wasn't hot enough to shut it down.
I don't care if you walked the whole 26. That's cool. But you
Yeah,
did
that's
26
fine.
miles at that point. Your medal's gotta say you only made it to 18.
What if you have a mile that says 26.2? That's the outline of the medal, and you only ran 18. Isn't that weird?
Hey man, hey man. I think they should have different medals. I'm in favor for that, to be honest. But I still stand by. I don't see there anything wrong with that, bro. People die from doing marathons, so like, you know,
Start the marathon an hour earlier.
they
Be
Start
could
it
have
two
done
careful.
hours
that.
earlier.
The
But
moral
But
of the
like,
story: be careful out there in the marathon streets. You could die. You know what I mean? And you won't even get a medal. If you die, you don't even get a medal. So be careful.
wait, I'm not going to go too deep. No, actually, should I even say what I'm going to say? No, I'll say what
We
I'm going to say.
going.
I don't
Go
want to go
ahead.
too
We
deep
already
into
this far. We already this far. This will be the last time we talk about this, everybody. We promise.
because I feel like some people are going at it too much of a perspective of like of competing. Like I feel like there's too many people talking about this that have finished in the top half of marathons. I think this is for the people that are running 5, 6, 7 hours, bro. Like that's a long time to be out there in the heat. I was in Chandler, Arizona this past weekend. Kids running at 105 degrees. So I know people can run that far in like hot weather, but when you got somebody that's doing it that's out there for 5 hours instead of three, it can get dicey. That's all I got left to say.
I ain't got
nah,
nothing more to say, man. Just be careful out here. Make sure you guys train and you drink water so you could get across the finish line.
Well, I'm Joshua Potts, Mr. Possible, always the brother with the same mother, Aaron Potts, Super Hot Potts, and you're watching and listening to your favorite two black runners every single
Two black, two stay. Yes, sir. We're back. We're back another Tuesday. Got the whole crew for you. Joshua, we're going. Raymond, we're going. We getting a little rhythm now, man. We getting a
we
little
did. We did.
rhythm.
Had a week off. Had a week off. I don't know if people noticed though, but
We don't
hey,
gotta call that out. We ain't gotta pull attention to that,
hey,
man.
bro, I gotta be honest, bro. You feel me? Integrity. Let them know we did.
You
It just
right.
happened. It just
You
happened.
right.
But things like that do happen. But you see how we bounce back with it, two
That's
weeks in a
true.
row. You feel me? Like that's impressive. You gotta let them know.
Very, very.
careful, Aaron. You don't want to get slapped up out here.
That's true. That's true.
Exactly, exactly. But maybe careful to the people. They don't want to go out there and slap Aaron and see what happened. So,
Hey, what? No.
no, I'm saying be careful to them. Like they slap
Oh,
you.
yes, yes,
Like
no.
what you talking about? But
I'm gonna
hey,
call the cops.
we got a really special episode for y'all because we're gonna do something different. We talked about in our first episode coming back, really focusing on the interviews, doing things where we talk more about into our lives, talking about culture of track and field. And we're gonna have this piece now where we go into history and we talk about just the grandiose, the stats, the all the great things that we love nerding out about track and field and such. And there's gonna be so many unique ways that I think we're gonna continue to develop this into the future. And so we're super excited that we have like our first little history type podcast, I think you can call it. And in this one, I'm going to be giving Aaron and Raymond my 10 greatest performances by a teenager in high school history. So I'm gonna list out every single one for y'all. We're gonna talk about it, discuss it, and then maybe at the end, y'all can throw out some more names who you think should be on this list and debate back who you don't think is gonna be on the list. Just have some fun and just walk down memory lane a little bit.
All right, I see. I mean, there's a lot happening in the high school world. In the past couple of years, how fast high schoolers have been running is insane. Cooper, if y'all watch U.S. indoors, just won a world championship in the 800 at 17
Yeah.
years old. Like, what in the world? What was that? Was that last year when all the kids from Texas was running under 10 seconds?
Yeah,
Like, it was
crazy.
nothing.
That's why I thought of this one being the first one to come to pass was just the fact of like how crazy it's been in high school lately. And maybe I'm even feeling more of the reflex of that, more of the impact of that being working for Mile Split. So I'm seeing all these crazy high school times like every single day now. Uh, but high school track and field is completely insane. Teenagers have always been insane just in general, but what we're seeing it just in the US, just in general, like even thinking what's crazy because NCAA's just happened, seeing Jane Hindegren win NCAA's and like she
Yeah.
won the 3K and the 5K, right?
Yeah,
Like
she did.
and knowing that we interviewed her when she was like a sophomore in high school and just seeing that progression like take place in front of our eyes and now she's an NCAA champion like first year freshman year, just like it's crazy how fast they're running. Like, um, yeah, it's crazy too. The impact that we're seeing, how even the kids that aren't the Jane Hindegrens of the world are inspired and are reaching for such goals. I interviewed a kid, Raymond, at Redondo when I was there. He won the 800, and then he didn't even run that fast. He ran like 154, but he ran like 152 this past weekend. He ran like 154. 154 is fast though, but he didn't run like like what he said that he wants to run by the end of the season. He said he wants to run 147. So that's why I'm saying 154.
That's crazy.
That's
Like
crazy.
that's the impact of seeing someone like Cooper run 142 outdoors and making it to world championships. Like Raymond, you coach at a high school. Is anyone thinking about running 147, bro?
I don't know about 147, but they definitely got lofty goals for sure. I mean, we got a kid that he just ran 50.8, I think, in the four, and he like just joined the distance side, and he's already like, I'm shooting for low 150s, 153, 154. I'm like, all right, you got it. All right. Like, let me see it. Let me see it happen. I mean, I'll do what I can to get you there. But man, I number for us, it was like, I just want to break two. And this
Yeah.
kid's like, I've run 1-800, haven't broken two yet, but I'm gonna run 154. It's like, all right, you show me.
Hey man, shout out to Sean Bronson. 420 isn't fast.
It ain't
Like
fast.
Leo and Lex and all of them, I will admit, like in Sean Bronson, that era really had like an impact, I feel like, on the US and just like I don't know, people taking their training to different levels. I mean, we know in California in high school how much coaching has changed with people getting more personal coaches and doing
Yeah.
all these like extra things, but and then you got like the super spikes coming into play. So when we look at some of the older performances back then, it's like, dang, like how are they running that fast?
No, most definitely. And I think the biggest shout out gotta be to like a Quincy Wilson. People are so inspired by even what he's still doing now, being able to make the Olympics and the I feel like the kickoff of what the kids now call trackflation is definitely real from what Quincy Wilson started and going to be at Maryland in the fall. But just crazy to see. But after that little preamble, you ready to get into this? Top 10 greatest performances by a teenager in track and field history. We good?
Yeah, what you
Good.
got for us?
All right. Number 10 is Matthew Bowling. when he
Okay.
ran a wind-aided 9.98 all conditions high school 100-meter dash record of all time. That was a mouthful of what I said that, but when he ran 998 wind-aided. Now you guys may be thinking, Joshua, Matthew Bowling, like to be honest with y'all, like this compared to the other ones on this list, it may not be the biggest thing ever. But tell me this is why. This is why Matthew Bowling is one of the 10 greatest of all time. It is because, from my understanding, Matthew Bowling is the only. Wait, hold on. Wait.
I already know what you're going. I already know where you're going. I already know where you're going with this. But that is a good point. Go ahead,
Let me
though.
rewind.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go to the beginning. I'm gonna go to the beginning because this is a great point. This is a great point.
It's a
All
good
right.
point. If I think you're gonna say what I think,
Because we talked about this before, Aaron. We've had
you
conversations.
did.
We've had conversations about this. All right. I'm gonna go for the top. Number 10 is Matthew Bowling when he broke the all conditions high school 100-meter record with a 998 4+2 win on that thing, and he became the high school national record holder. Now, compared to the other people on this list, we got Olympic champions, world champions, things of that nature. But Matthew Bowling was a cultural icon at the
Yep.
time. When he ran 998 in high school, no one had done that at that moment. No one has, we don't see, last year, we was an anomaly. Matthew Bowling did that in a year back in 2019 when that wasn't happening. But the significance where he's on the same level as some Olympic champions, world record holders that I'm gonna mention later in this podcast is that he isn't included in a super small fraction of track and field men that have accomplished something great. And I'm talking about white men that have broken 10 seconds in the 100-meter dash. From my understanding, there has only been two white Americans to break 10 seconds in the 100-meter dash.
That's crazy.
And Matthew Bowling did it in high school. The only other person that I know of is Cole Beck in 2023 for Virginia Tech. He ran 987 when aided, but he also ran I think 997 as well. Legal win too in 2023. Matthew Bowling officially broke 10 seconds in the 100-meter in 2022 with a legal win with a 998. So Matthew Bowling is there has been no other white Americans that have broken 10 seconds in the 100. The first person that was just not African American or African and things of that nature to break 10 seconds came from a dude that was French back in
Yes.
it was like 2010. I had it
I
down.
know who you're talking about. What's the French sprinter name? I can't remember, but I know who you're talking about.
So that's why I put Matthew Bowling on this list. And just like I remember that being on Bomani's show, like that was on PTI, Pardon the Interruption. That was on Sports Center. That was on the Levitard show. It was on First Take. Like literally, Matthew Bowling was everywhere when he did that. And compared to last year, when we had Tate Taylor, Maurice Gleason, Braden Williams all running these fast times, it was nowhere to be found. But that's because Matthew Bowling was white. And like, I don't want to make this a race thing, even though we
This,
two black runners, but like that was a race thing, and it was a phenomenal thing for
it
the
is a
white
phenomenon.
race.
You
So,
ever you ever heard of the movie called White Man Can't Jump? We should do a spinoff called White Men Can't Sprint, and we have Matthew Bowling on it. Cause it was insane. And didn't he jump like 26 feet that year in the long jump too or something
bro,
like
he was going crazy.
he
He
jumped
was
something
splitting like
crazy.
44 splits on the
Nah, and
400.
he's from Texas. He was doing this in Texas.
Yeah.
So everybody was confused. They were like, "What in the world?" But like, yeah, he was huge across all of America and brought. If you just see it, it just looked impressive how he gaps the field
And
in
another
that
thing I want to
race.
touch on too, like I said, so Matthew Bowling, 2019, he ran the 998 when aided. So the all conditions record is 982 by Braden Williams, set in 2025. There is there is one, two, three, there's four performances faster, four other people that are faster than Matthew Bowling since he ran that. and those have all been run in the past 2 years. Christian Miller, Tate Taylor, Maurice Gleason, and Braden Williams. So like this is just like his 998 2 years ago was still like an insurmountable thing to get at this moment. And also, I
Yeah.
think Dylan Mitchell, who's a sophomore who's crazy, he just ran 988 like when aided as well, like a couple, like in March. I think someone else did too. But like this 998 thing was not a thing before Matthew Bowling did it. So that's my case. Number 10, Matthew Bowling.
I mean, who hasn't seen the video of Matthew Bowling in the 4x4 hawking down that guy that was what, 80 meters ahead of him when he got the baton? Wait,
Nah.
going forward, because I need to know how I'm judging this list that you're giving. Are we going based off of like accolade time, or are we just going like significance at the time, what it meant for what they did?
It's a mix of both. I think this one is really the accolade and um is the moment is the moment. These are mainly the moments is what I'm focused on. The performance, the 998, I think is just incredible. The how viral it was, and then some of these other ones kind of encapsulate what happens right after that when they're like still a teenager, or just like how that affected really their entirety of their career. But if you think it's wrong, you could think it's wrong. But I don't know. I think Matthew Bowling, that
I
998 was
I just
Nah,
looked up
it's
something. I looked up his race right now. 1.4 million views
sheesh. That's
on
probably
a
the
high
most
school
views.
race.
Most
Oh
views
my!
on this list of a race, Matthew Bowling. And it's
If
on
you
this
watch
list.
this race, it looks like Gout Gout. It looks like Gout Gout. You see, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he's so far ahead of these kids. This is crazy.
I think we forget too though, like how big that moment was. Like Matthew Bowling was huge after that. After he did that and when he went to college, like you remember when he had that like I don't know why I remember this so vividly, but when he committed like his first year at Georgia and he like raced the football team or something, like
Yeah, yeah.
he was everywhere, bro.
Nah, you gotta go back and if you don't agree, you gotta go back and watch this video. This is crazy.
But let's go into this. We got a lot to get through. Number nine, Sam Ruth, when he ran 3:48 to break the U20 mile world record at 16 years old. Let me repeat that. He ran 3:48 to break the U18 mile world record at 16 years old. The previous year, he ran 3:58 at 15 years old, becoming the
What?
youngest person to ever break 4 minutes in the mile. And then this year, he runs 3:48, a whole 10 seconds faster. Just an amazing stuff. Also, a New Zealand national record. He's breaking records that Jacob Ingebrigtsen set before him, and also Cameron Myers. And I think the craziest thing from this as well is that it ranks the 11th fastest indoor mile in history, and he's only 16 years old. This one happened a couple weeks back, so this is more fresh into our memories overall. But Sam Ruth, number nine, breaking, running 3:48, breaking the U18 mile world record. How we feel about it?
He's
Uh,
crazy. He's crazy. I don't know. Nine, I gotta see who else is above. I feel like nine already seems a little low for him, but there's been a lot of good teenagers in the past, so I don't know yet. But I mean, 358 as 15-year-old, and then what he went 348 now at 16.
Yeah.
That's that's crazy. I don't.
I I remember my freshman year I ran 450 in the mile, and then my sophomore year I dropped to like 430 or something, like 432, and I was like, dang, that's such a big jump. Imagine being 15 and running 358, and like then you drop 10 seconds because you always make those big jumps when you're young. To go from 358 to 348, like that's such a difference of a race. That's so much faster in all actuality. Like, yeah, it is crazy that this is number nine, Joshua, but that's insane. I don't even know what do you do if that's your kid? Like your kid's running 358 at 15. Like when did they start? Did he run club track or, like growing up, or did he just hop into the sport and was just fast?
I think it's a little bit different in New Zealand. I'm not too sure, but I remember seeing videos of him like running like a 5K just recently when he was real young and kind of just like going up through like the system. But I think the most astonishing thing about Sam Ruth is looking back at like when Jacob ran, I think he ran 3:58 when he was like 16 at the Bowerman, not the Bowerman, at pre-classic, but it was like when it was at Stanford that one year. What was that, like 2019? I think it was. It was something around then when Hayward Field was getting rebuilt. But anyways, when Jacob did that, like he was in a loaded race and kind of got dragged along. When Sam broke 4 minutes last year at 15 and ran 3:58, he was it was kind of tailored for him, but he was just running with Sam Tanner the entire time. And then now he runs 3:48 and he wins the race and over a professional field, like a stacked field at BU, one of the fastest tracks in the world. All the pressure on him, all the eyes on him, and like gets it done and shows up in these big moments. Like I think that's what's been the most impressive thing about him. But you guys think this is maybe too low? Like, is it because he's 16 years old doing it or what?
Nah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I want to see what else you got.
I think it's more of like you see like Matthew Bowling, which obviously you have him understand, but it's like he runs 998, and that is unheard of, especially like at the time, unheard of. But it's like what he was doing, he still wasn't quite at the pro level. Like he was close, but not quite there. But like Sam's
It's
already at the
true.
pro level. Like he
Yeah.
is a competitive pro. Any given race, he can win in a pro field.
Yeah.
But also imagine running 3:48 and then you gotta fly back to New Zealand and go to like chemistry class and you got like 2 years left of high school still.
Yeah, like what?
I don't even know if he's in school. Like, I
I
don't
think
even,
so. In a lot of interviews, I think he's talking about how like he's missing school when he was like here doing all the indoor races, that he was missing school in New Zealand still.
I think it's wild too, just the fact of like he raced Arcadia, the 32 last year with like
What you
Owen.
did?
And yeah,
Yeah,
and he
and he
lost to Owen
lost.
Powell and Josiah Tossinson and all that. And it's all like, but
Wow.
that was just a weird race. Like they were kind of jogging, and I don't know, that was dumb. That kind of pissed me off last. Not that it kind of, I'm just all like, bro, why aren't you guys running fast? But anyway, it's just all like he was literally like racing in Arcadia last year, and like now he's doing this.
That's also crazy for Arcadia. You got a kid from New Zealand flying over to run your race. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy.
Hey, big ups for Rich Gonzalez on that one, bro. All right, number 8 I got for y'all. I think I don't know. You guys, this number eight, Arion Knighton finishing on the podium in 3 straight World Finals. I'm talking about third at World Championship bronze. No, hold on. Uh, a fourth place. Well,
What,
okay. He didn't
do you
finish
know
on the
his ages
podium.
when he did these things?
Yes. Going into let's say going to 3 straight world finals. Fourth place at the Tokyo Olympics at 17, world
That's
championship bronze medalist at 18, and then a world championship silver medalist at 19 years old. All in the 200 meter, running a personal best of 19:49 at 19 years old as well, breaking Usain Bolt's U18 200-meter world best as well, running 1984 at 17. So has a U20 and U18 world record in the 200 meter, went to 3 straight world finals in the 200-meter dash as well. Arion Knighton is my number 8.
Ariana Knighting is so good that people forget how young he is.
I think
Like
I think that's definitely true.
people just like you don't when by once he turned 18, you didn't really think of him as that age. Like you just thought of him as a competitor with Noah Lyles and Kenny Bednarek, and that's how good he was. So I think it's better than Sam Bruce and Matthew Bowling. Like to be honest, winning medals is insane. Getting fourth at 17 is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm probably with Aaron of like I I forgot how young he was. I kind of forgot that he was more of like a teenage, like high school, like phenom age. Like I remember like that first, but I always like put it together with he was that teenager when he broke out, but then was soon kind of into like his 20s. It was like nah, he was in his teens forever still competing
Yeah.
at these like world levels.
Yeah, and that was that breakout performance came out in 2020. He ran 20:33 in the 200 at AAU. Then after that, like he essentially went pro. This is like still like imagine 2033 like 2033 is insane actually. Like wait, hold on. Like I feel like 2033 is almost better than 998 when Matthew Bowling like ran that. Because like to be like the break, I feel like 20 breaking 20 seconds is extremely difficult. And then the following year, after running that, which is crazy, that 2033, he goes to the Tokyo Olympics and finishes fourth. And like
That's
th-
crazy.
this all happened in a manner of just so fast. And I do think we do need to bring up, even though love Arion Knighton, love everything he's doing, wishing him the best. He is suspended right now for he is suspended right now on a suspension for like whereabouts or testing positive for something. And so that is maybe a caveat to some people, but regardless of the fact, what he did do in those three straight world championships, world finals, I think is remarkable.
I think it's like what Raymond said earlier, how like he he was ready to compete with people. Like Matthew Bowling, that was just like a crazy moment, super fast. It's like, can he repeat that though over and over? Ariel Knighton could. He was able to get through rounds and make it to make it on teams, which is crazy.
I think the recency of like what's going on has probably hurt like his like where people put him, even though that has really nothing to do with what he was doing at that age. But I think it's more of like because he's still so young, like you were saying, like it's kind of all meshed together. And so it's like with this suspension kind of going on now, kind of the year leading up, he didn't have like his like greatest season. That it's
Yeah.
like, oh, like he started off hot, maybe started tinkering off. He's like, nah, it's just, one or two bad years, but leading up to that was insanity.
And I think the only other thing that does hurt Arion as well is that he just didn't win. If he would have won if he would have won any of these championships, I think he may be number one. Like honestly, because to win the 200-meter over someone like Noah Lyles, you know how fast, like he would have broke the American record at like 19 years old or even 20 the next year. Like I think that could have earned him the top spot, at least on my list. But for the moment, um, he's number eight. Are we ready for number seven?
Hmm.
Keep it moving.
Number seven, all right, we're gonna get to some people that we may not be knowing, but we're learning about right now. Number seven, Ishmael Karui. He's tied for the youngest 5,000-meter world champion in history. So back in 1993, at 19 years old, he won the 5,000-meter world championship, and he ran 13:02 at only
Dang.
18 to win the world championships, at 19 to win the world championships. At the time, he was number six all time in the 5,000 meter. I believe in that race too. He beat Holly Gebrselassie as well. And then he had the ability to come back. This is outside of his teenage years, and he won the world championship in 1995 as well. But at 19, this dude ran 13:02, number six all time, which is
Kenyan?
and so, yeah, Kenyan.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that's what I see when I see Cooper and the kids doing it now. I'm like, the Kenyans been having people. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Y'all never believed in the age of the Kenyans. Like y'all were like, oh no, that's not their real age. But look at all these people running these times now. Look at all these people running these times now. So I definitely think it's possible. But they're winning a championship and running the sixth fastest all time, and beating Holly, who's one of the goats in distance running. That's pretty wild. Like,
Pros nowadays are still trying to break 13. He ran 13:02 back then
In
as a
yeah,
teenager.
1993.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. And a part of that before in 1990. So this is in when he was around 16 years old. He won World Junior Cross Country Championship as well at 16. So he was killing it. I think he just had like a plague of injuries after that point. So his career didn't sum up to what it could have been. But for that stretch from 93 to 95, like kind of great. Because I think there's an Olympic in there too, Olympiad, and he didn't perform to his best, but to still be able to run 13:02, number six all time, 19 years old, definitely deserves to be on this list for sure.
That was number 7 or number 6?
Oh, number
That
seven.
was
My
number
bad.
7. Okay. Okay, we're starting to get to world championships now. People are winning world championships.
I'm looking at this now because I was deleting some before we started, and I think I only got 9 low key. But
Okay.
we're gonna
We
keep on
keep it
moving.
pushing.
Actually,
Okay.
we're gonna make this one number 5. We're gonna just say that.
We're gonna jump ahead. Okay.
We're gonna make this number 5, but we still gonna call it top 10. You feel me? All right, number 5, because this definitely deserves to be number 5 in my book. Athing Mu winning the Olympic 800-meter gold at 19 and breaking the American record. She was on a tear. I think we forget how
We could go
young
back before that too, what she was doing when she was like in high school.
we forget how young she was. We forget how much of a phenom. We forget how much pressure she had leading up to this moment. I'm talking in Tokyo 2021, 19 years old, wins the 800-meter Olympic gold, then comes back on that super team as well and gets a 4x4 gold to go along with it. What that was the team with Allison Felix, Sydney McLaughlin, Dalilah Muhammad, and
Yeah.
Athing Mu as well. And then plus the year right after, she does win a world championship in 800 in 2022. She also won a U20 world championship at 16 in 2018 as well. And then we can't forget like when she won the U.S. indoor 600-meter championship against Raven Rogers when she was 17. But that specific moment when she broke the American record at 19, running 155, like that was that was that was literally like just peak, and doing it at a time when it was how many years since Madeline Manny Mims like also won it. It broke so many barriers that we never seen in American history go down.
I think it's around the same age as Matthew Bowling, right?
Yeah,
They're around
yeah,
the same.
they're about the same age.
'Cause
Maybe,
I
yeah.
feel like those when I think of a thing, I think of Matt. Like I just feel like there wasn't as many like high school phenoms like what we're seeing right now. You look and you see all these crazy kids running crazy fast times. This was like just before that started happening, so that was made this like even more hype. And like you're saying, Joshua, I know me and you, we were following her career from when she was like in club to high school. Everybody knew that like she was the one. Like and when we think about now, she switched coaches and we don't know what's next for her. But it's just like she's already an Olympic champion. Like she's an Olympic champion. She has the American record. Like she's done really like just about everything that you would want to do if you had a career like that. It's crazy.
It's just so tough to see like where she is now. Like obviously like this conversation has nothing to do with where they're at in their career at this moment, but it's like, man, you were on such a tear as a teenager. Like it was like this might be the greatest 800-meter runner ever. And then just to see like the bump that she's like, hopefully she comes back because I want to see her, break the world record and run faster. But man, what she was doing as a teenager, American record at 19, it's just I hope she comes back because it's tough to see where she's at right now.
Because she literally at this moment, especially I think the next year too, when she won the world championship that year, she just looked unbeatable when it
Yeah.
came to like 2021,
She didn't lose
2022.
any races. Remember that one year? Or at least
Yeah,
she maybe lost one race at NCAA's, but she just wouldn't lose. She had a streak for a while where she just wasn't losing at anything.
it was, and like 2021 was like really a start of an amazing 3-year stretch. Like she won Olympic gold. Uh, I think it was like one or two world championships. She broke the American record. Like, and when she broke that American record too, it was like a large gap at like the pre-classic. Like she absolutely demolished the field in the pre-classic. But to kind of like speak on that part too, like it almost seems right now she's kind of like just in a rut, you know? And I think we're just hoping that like she gets out of it because you see someone like Keely that's like just won the World Indoor Championship like a day before that we filmed this, and like she's on that trajectory that I think a lot of people in Great Britain, thought, because Keely was young at that time too when they were competing, and she's on the path too where it's all like, man, is Keely gonna be the one that like breaks the world record? Because I don't, but and like she's running times that I never expected her to be running, like
Hey,
to be honest.
just remember, There's always somebody coming. There's always somebody coming from. There's always someone coming up. But there's remember Donovan Brazier? He's back. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
she's not out of it yet. She's still what? She what? 25 maybe? Like you never know. You never know.
Her and Keely are about the same age, aren't they?
Yeah.
Around.
Yeah, I want to say thing is 24 or
She was 19 when she won Tokyo. That was what, 20, that was 2021.
she's 23.
23. Yo, that's crazy,
So
bro.
she's turning 24 this year.
She could be back. She could be back very soon.
And Keely, they're the same age. So Keely, she's 24. She was born in March.
That's gonna be so tough. Like whether like you're Keely or you're a thing, it's like you're one of the greatest, but one of the other greatest is in your same generation.
Yeah.
And that's how low key, that's how Keely, I think, was feeling for a second too, because she wasn't
She
performing.
was feeling like Femke.
Yeah. And like she was having injuries and whatnot. But then now it's like the shoes on the other foot. But it's not about how hard you get hit, it's about how you get back. Dang, I butchered that, bro.
Yeah, number 4.
Number 4. I think gonna make it back though. I think it's not over for her. She's only 23 years old. So
Number 4, Cooper Luckenhouse, youngest person to
okay.
win an indoor World Athletic Championship ever at 17 years old, running the 800-meter dash. U18 800-meter world record holder, be able to get that he already had at that moment, but that phenomenal race that we just seen him run. What he ran 144 in that as well. Cooper Luckenhouse, I got him at number 4, man. I got him number 4.
I mean the White Kenyan. That's what I call him. To be honest, some of you. That's the White Kenyan, bro. I don't know how you. I only heard of Kenyans ever doing stuff like that, running 144 at 16, winning world championships. That's crazy, bro. That's a grown man. Like, how did he run? He ran 144 too, I think, to win that world championship. Like, that's insane.
It really is. It really is.
Like, I have no words. I don't even know. He could be the yeah, like we were talking about other people could be the GOAT. Like this dude might be the GOAT. Like I'm curious to see what his progression is gonna be, but right now it doesn't seem like he's slowing down. He's getting better, getting more confident. So yeah, I'm curious to see who else you got.
How much did this one race, Josh? I mean, it's a big race, but how much did this one race move his placement? What would you have had him before this?
I was gonna
Do you
put
think
him
roughly?
at like 8, 9, or 10.
So he was just barely making it before this.
Yeah, yeah, because he's done 142 is crazy, but like
142. I forgot about. I didn't even say I said 144. Here's 142. Yeah.
it's not a world championship, But like to be able to win, and honestly, I think I think arguably he could be number one. Like if you were to put that's the greatest thing, but also I watched the race and like I don't know. I wanted him to like he didn't struggle, bro. Like it seemed so easy. He just like went to the lead and won it. And I don't think the field like imagine if he would have done that at the World Ultimate Championships outdoors. Like we may film this again next year and like it's like, bro, this dude just beat Emmanuel Wanyoni. He beat Marco Arope. He beat like all these guys and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's the greatest thing I ever seen in my life." But like, I don't mean like 2 years ago, I couldn't name all the people in that field. You know what I mean? So like, no, like slight to them, but I think that's just like that's the draw of the cards that come into the World Indoor Championships, and he was able, but to still be at the most elite at that level is insanity as well.
Does he have the American record indoor? Did he get that this year?
He
Did
may,
he?
he may, I think, yeah, I think he did get. Did
He
he get the
might be.
American record?
But he's someone too that he's 4 right now, but he's also only 17. He's got 2, 3 years. I don't know when his birthday is, but about 2 years still have been a teenager. This dude can easily be number one by the end of his teen years.
Oh, most
Yeah.
definitely. Yes, yes, so much time left. Time
Yeah,
left.
like you said, he made that world indoor title. It looked so easy for him.
And yeah,
It
it
was
was,
crazy.
it was crazy. It was crazy. All right, though. Number 3, Loki. I don't know. Maybe I should have moved Cooper up further. I don't know. Turnage the Baba. the youngest world champion to win the 5,000 meter at 19. Um, a crazy time when she ran it too. She won the 5,000, and in 2003 she ran 14:51 to win that race. Oh, actually, hold on. She wasn't. She was 17. She was 17 years old. She wasn't 19. She was the youngest world champion ever. 17 years and 333 days. 14 14:51. And I think the most significant thing for me from Dibaba as well is that like this like sparked a whole generation of like Ethiopia domination on like the women's side from like her sisters coming onto the mix as well. And she went on to run like super well. Like the longevity that she had in the game, winning Olympic gold in the 10,000 meter down the line, winning Olympic gold in the 5,000 meter, multiple world titles, things of that nature. I think what makes like that moment even bigger, and to have someone, it's like
Mm.
from seeing the things that she did in her career, it's like LeBron James winning MVP as a rook in his rookie year. And I know LeBron didn't do that, but it's something like that to that magnitude, or winning finals, like Magic Johnson winning finals as a rookie, you know what I mean? And then like going on to having such a great career. I think that's why that puts it in such a great perspective, and why I have Dababa as number three. In retrospect, I'm kind of like, dang, I could have moved Cooper up more, but I don't know. 17 years old winning the 5K, is that harder than winning the 800 at 17 years old?
I was to say, so are you saying that Cooper should have been 3 and she should have been 4?
I'm asking you the question, bro. Hold on, man.
You're the one doubting your list over here. Um,
But that's a valid question though. What do you guys, as we have
no, no, for sure.
800 or 5,000 at 17 years old, which is crazy.
I'm gonna give her the 5. I'm gonna give her the 5 right now because I think winning an outdoor title is harder than winning an indoor title.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
he wins the outdoor title, then all right, he got it. He got it. But I think winning outdoor is harder
He
than winning
almost
indoor.
did though.
It's
He
true.
almost won it. He did. He almost win. He was right there. But I do think you're right though. It's a outdoor. She won the outdoor world championships versus the indoor, which is harder. And even to make the Ethiopian team, do they have a trial system or do they just do selection like in
I think they
Kenya?
have I'm pretty sure they have a selection.
So like I don't know. I just
I
feel
think
like
Kenya has trials, I know for sure. I'm pretty sure Ethiopia, because I
Yeah,
remember
I don't
there
know
being some
how.
controversy about that in previous years.
Yeah, I don't know how it works now because I think don't they use like pre-classic 10K as their trials
oh,
now? I think
I
now
think
they
they
Yeah,
do.
they
do
do. They
that.
do, yeah.
But yeah, for the other events, yeah, I don't know how it works for them. Because I know it was a big thing when they didn't choose Michaela to be on their marathon team and stuff.
Yeah, they was hating. But 17 years old winning the 5K. Also, like when you say Dababa, I just know fast because I think of her sister. I think of Ganiza Dababa, that was the
Yeah.
15 girl. So I was like, oh, I was looking it up. I was like, oh, this is an older sister.
Yeah.
So it's like it's all like the significance of like the legacy is also insane. So I'll give it to her. I'll give it to her. And we got to see her career play out, and there's a lot of golds on here.
There's a whole bunch of goals.
Imagine being their parents. Like you just had two of, I mean, I think the third sister was pretty successful also, but like two of like the greatest distance runners ever came out of that family.
Yeah, like what?
Bro, they gotta be so famous in Ethiopia.
I'll have to be.
Like that's a
Yeah.
royal family. All right. Number two. I think these ones are are one you guys haven't heard of, but I think both of these top two, for me at least, it's hard to debate. Number one, if I didn't put, some people would be mad, but I also could see why he's not number one. But I think number two, out of all the people that I've listed, is number two for this very reason. Pamela Jalimo from Kenya. She won the Olympic 800-meter gold at 18 in one of the greatest seasons ever. And so let me break this down for y'all. 2008, she wins the Olympic championship. She wins the Olympic gold in 800 meter, and her 2008 season was insane. She at the Olympics, she like went in unknown 2008. She ran 154 4 different times in 2008. and she won. This was basically before they had the Diamond League, they had the Golden League. She ran 154 at the Berlin Golden League, the Paris Golden League, the Olympic final. Then her fastest time was the Zurich Golden League final as well. And her time still ranks in, I think, I don't have it written down for whatever reason, but top 10 all time as well. Just literally like the greatest season ever, probably for a woman 800-meter runner. Just how undefeated she was, how dominant she was at doing that 18 years old. And after that, like her career wasn't really the same. She tried to make a comeback and things of that nature, but like nothing really clicked. She was able to, like, between 2008 and 2012, like she was struggling a lot, was able to come back 2012, get a silver in the 800 meter. But after that, like it was crazy. I actually got a quote for this one. Like her coach was saying that her behavior changed after 2008, from being a disciplined athlete to being unruly. She showed total indifference in her attitude and acted aloof. Uh, Aziz, he coached the runner for 4 years from 2005 to being a world beater. People who did not know Jalimo before came and look and took over in her management of her affairs. Some of us who had been with her from the beginning found ourselves being sidelined after
Joshua,
everything.
who does this sound like?
What do you,
Who does this sound like?
who does this tell? You tell me. You tell me since you got the answers.
This sounds like what's happening to a thing right now. When I look through at her stats, you could put a thing world Olympic champion at 18 years old. I guess she got world indoor as well that year. African championships, Golden League, but like you're saying, she was like undefeated and running 154 back to back to back. Then she just got a little burnt out.
Maybe it's hard. Maybe it's hard to run
It
154.
is. It is. 800 is different. That probably destroys your mind running that fast.
And like, why would you? It may just be hard to really commit to do it again.
Look at what happened to David Rudisha after he ran 140. He never was the same, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't remember what happened to him.
He was never the same after that. He never was the same after he ran that world record low key. But no,
Yeah,
that
that's gotta
does
be
sound like a
tragic.
similar career. That sounds like a similar career to that sounds like a similar year to when a thing won the Olympics though. But maybe a little bit more elevated. There was a double championships in there.
Yeah. And I went to so Pamela, she ran 154.01 at the end of that season. Still
That's faster, yeah.
number 3 all time. Still at
That's
this time.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So just crazy. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. When I seen that, I was all like, yeah, I don't think anything is really, it's just crazy. To run 154 4 times in one season, I think is insane. And to top it off with Olympic gold is, there's nothing really beating that in 800.
154.01. It's gotta be tragic. So close to 153.
For real. At the final meet of the season too, it's all like,
Yeah,
dang.
tragic.
All right, number one. You guys may have guessed by now. Number one's going to Jim Ryan, breaking the mile world record at 19 years old by 2.6 seconds. At 19, he ran 3:51. He was also the first high schooler to break 4 minutes in the mile in 1964. At that time, when he did do that, only about 20 men have ever broken 4 minutes in the mile. And so this was really just like historic and being so young to do this. Like, imagine this being Cooper Luckenhouse breaking the world record in the 800, but also only 20 people in history had run under 142. Like, truly just in a totally different place. And also just on the road, kind of like Dababa, to like in a fantastic, one of the greatest U.S. distance careers of all time, a 3-time Olympian, multiple time American record holder. He was also held different world records as a teenager too, as well. But that mile being back in the day in the 1960s was something that was so elusive and so profound in that year. And even in that year in 1966, when he did it, Sports Illustrated named him the Sportsman of the Year. And he ended up continue just to keep on being a beast. Oh, I also have his world records as a teenager. So he had 3 world records Oh, two world records. He also had the world record in the 880 yards. He ran 144 as well.
That yeah.
So the dude
I
was wild. I do have a quote from him too. Now I'll let y'all speak on anything about Jim Ryan. He said, I couldn't do anything else. When you're cut from the church baseball team, the junior high basketball team, and you can't make the junior high track and field team, I go to bed at night and I'd say, Dear God, please help me do better at sports and let me find a good sport I am good at. I found myself trying out for the cross country team and running 2 miles, even though I never run that distance before. All of a sudden, I made the team, I got a leather jacket, and I started thinking there's a girlfriend behind the leather jacket. But that's how it all began.
that's crazy that he got cut from the church baseball team.
Yeah, that's wild.
How is that
I don't know how to make
possible?
cuts.
They made cuts on the church base. Man, he had to be trash, but I don't understand because because okay, Roger Bannister broke four in the mile in 1954, and that was when people thought you would die from doing that. So 10 years later, this dude broke it in high school, which is insane. But him breaking it in high school is like only people who were, Olympic level athletes was doing that. So he was an Olympic level athlete in high school, similar to your boy Cooper. But I've always thought his 144 as like a 18, 17-year old was insane. I still, it seems a little less insane because we saw Cooper ran 142, but he ran that 144 in like the 60s and leather spikes on a dirt track. If you gave him the spikes that they're wearing today, that's at least 142. And
Yeah,
that 351, that could be 347, like what we're seeing from Sam Ruth. But to be doing that at the time that he was doing it, I think is insane. Like it's on the level of what Cooper's doing. That like what Cooper a year from now could be Jim Run. Like he's on that trajectory of like he could win the World Ultimate Championships this year. Like which is crazy while he's still in high school. So I've always thought Jim Run was one of the craziest athletes when you really think about the time period that he was running. He was running those times because he was getting close to breaking the world record as a teenager.
he broke it.
Yeah, he broke the world record as a teenager. That's
He broke the world. I think that's what sets him apart from everyone
yeah,
in this list is breaking a world record as a teenager. And like a world record, it's not like not saying that anyone else did this, but like imagine someone broke the 40-yard dash world record. You know what I mean? Like this is like an Olympic style event, the one of the most highlighted events in the Olympics behind the 100-meter dash, like breaking the mile. That was a huge thing back in the day.
Yeah, it's so
yeah,
crazy. Like the times at the era that he was in. For me, like it's crazier too that he was like an American athlete that was doing it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I feel like that makes it crazier. I feel like you don't. I mean, obviously we have a few, like we had some on the list, but you don't really see American distance athletes like running that fast, that young, especially in the era that he was in. Like that's, I feel like at the younger ages, that's where like the East Africans kind of shine, and not really, not really for us over here.
Not a dude from like Kansas.
Cut from a baseball team, church baseball team.
Yeah, like what? Like where does that come from? Where does all of that talent? I've heard that his training was really crazy. Like he used to do like 30, 40, 400s, like random type of workouts and stuff.
Definitely who I
But
thought was gonna be at one though. I would have been surprised if that's not who you had at one.
For real.
Yeah.
wait,
I just
so
feel like that's such just like a name that's put out there for number one. Like whether it's like a full agreement or not, like I just anticipate like that's probably gonna be one.
we missing some people though. Like you
Yeah, I want to
didn't
know the cuts. What are the honorable mentions here?
Well, I'll go to my full list. I had Matthew Bowling, Sam Ruth, Arion Knighton, Ishmael Kiburi, Athing Mo, Cooper Luckenhouse, Tiranish Dababa, Pamela Jalimo, and Jim Run. People that I did have
Well, that's
uh,
nine. Put a 10. Put a 10 right now.
but it's in the person that I did have in there that I just took out, but I was kind of like reorganizing it was Mary Decker. I had Mary Decker in there. Mary Decker was crazy. Like she broke world record when she was like when she was also like when she was also a kid, but like I don't it just wasn't like as fast. She was running against pros. She won I think the Long Beach Marathon when she was like 13 years old for like in the girls race. She was
What?
absolutely doing some crazy stuff. So Mary Decker, if I had to put anyone else in the list, I would put Mary Decker in there, but I think she would be my number 10. Like I think Matthew Bowling. I don't know actually, but
You have some people on here like Allison Felix.
yeah, Allison Felix was someone that I was considering for a second because Allison, she got second place, I believe, when she was before she went to USC at the Olympics, and but compared to like what the other people did, like there wasn't like one singular breakout moment that I felt fit. But she has that longevity, like one of the greatest careers ever, you know.
Wilma Rudolph, you had on here.
Yeah, yeah, she just didn't I thought she did more as a teenager. But she didn't do as much as I thought, but it's the history factor of being like the first black woman to win a gold medal at the Olympics. And then the battle with like polio and things of that nature. But I think she only got a medal when she was 19 in the 4x1. And then it was the next Olympics when she went crazy. But
Mm,
she's a legend.
Someone
Was
on here broke 4 at 17 barefoot. I don't know who this is, but
It shouldn't be
Zola
four. It shouldn't
Bud.
be that's Zola. You don't know Zola Bud? She was the one battling with Mary Decker and like she was a beast.
I gotta do more research.
Mary Kane obviously was a thought for a second.
Mary Kane was a phenom though. Like in the peak of Mary, that was crazy. When she was doing all of that, we were all like, "Wait, what?" Like you forgot she was in high school. That's the same thing as like Cooper and them.
Two Americans that definitely could have made the list if like I didn't put Matthew Bowling on there. Alan Webb and Hobbs Kessler. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like Hobbs ran 3:34 in high school.
yeah, you won a world run. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was a teenager when he won the 1 mile road mile championships,
Was he
world
still a
championships.
teenager then? I forget he went pro so young.
Yeah, he's like I feel like he's the same as Arion Knighton, where you when you forget how long he was a teenager as pro. I'm not sure. Let me double check if that was when he was a teenager, but and then Alan Webb too, like what he ran in high school in the mile wasn't breaking the
That
world record.
353 was he got on a late night television off that 353 in
Yeah.
the mile.
And then I put some of like people Usain Bolt, like he broke 20 seconds as a teenager, but I'm like, you know. He wasn't winning or medaling and things of that nature. Sydney McLaughlin, Levrone, you could throw in there, but she just made the Olympics. She didn't really make a statement there at the moment. So
How do you feel? I mean, later end of her career, kind of got in trouble, but I mean, Nigel Amos was 18 when he was second to Rhodesia in that 800,
I
that world
consider
record 800.
I
He
Yeah,
was
consider
140, he ran 141 when he was 18.
that was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, I consider Nigel too, but I'm all like when you
I
have
know he
world
got in trouble
champions,
later on, but
yeah. When you have world champions though, that's where the distinction came
But
to.
Matthew Bowling made the list.
Yes, bro. How
Hey,
many
you
white
practicing
people
that white privilege, bro? No, I'm just kidding.
Bruh, when you do it in a thing, you know, white people are the minority when it comes to the 100 meter
Yo,
dash.
he's a DEI. You put him.
That was my DEI hire for the list, bro. That's crazy though. Like I think that went well, some people touched on that at that time, but like I think Bomani Jones definitely did 'cause I remember, but like that's the break 10 seconds, you don't see white people doing that. Like you don't. I feel like low key, there's more uh there's faster white women than there are faster white men.
Yeah, you got Jenna Prandini. You got Abby Steiner. You got
Hannah Cunliffe, she was really
yeah.
good. There's I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but this girl who's like she was in a D2, she was in the NCAA 60-meter final and like she's like from a small school in Texas. Like there's always a really fast white girl, but there's never really, it's not never. It comes in spades when there's like a fast 100-meter white dude.
That is true. I wonder why that's the case. That is true.
I think more white guys just are more committed to football. I think if I
Yeah.
had to guess, and then there's not like an outlet for that. That's my guess though. For white women, like there's not as like they'll play
They
soccer.
don't have football taking them away. They
You
either
know,
go play
yeah,
soccer.
they can get. One of the coaches I had, he would say like just in general, like it's easier for girls to get married to the game of track and field than it is for boy, like especially sprinters, because like sprinters they got football, basketball, all that. Like girls, there's not like a big money making sport for them. So
That's a good point. That's a
yeah.
good point. Well, I like the switch. I like the switch up, Joshua. We did the top 10. Let us know what you think about our top 10. Who do we forget? Who do we left out? And let us know if there's a different top 10 you want to see us do. We got a lot of ideas with this, so open
I
to
think
hearing.
people are gonna be mad that we didn't bring up Jakob at all.
That's true. We didn't throw
Hey,
Yak up in there.
you think you
We're
should?
already saying Sam's better than him.
Yes. What he's has faster times.
Times ain't everything.
What did Jakob really do? Oh, he won world junior championships, but
I'm not
It's
saying he is or
performances.
isn't better,
hold
but
on. Let
Top
me see.
10
Let me see. Let me see.
performances.
Let me see. Let me see. Like one singular performance. Damn. Watch me just have egg on my face right now. Hold on.
because I think he was 20 by the time he won the Olympics. He was already 20. I think he was 20 at Tokyo.
Cause he's just 2000, right? Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
most of his gold or like his medals, podiums, I should say, were once he was 20 or older.
Yeah, he's
But I
2000.
think he just established himself so young.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. He won 2021 Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like 2019, dang, if you go to his 2019 like season best, all of them are U20 records. Like 1500, 330, 1500 meters indoors, 336, 5000 meters, 1302, mile outdoors, 351, 10K on the road, 2754, 3000 meters indoors, 751. Like literally everything. And that year he was 10th in the 5,000 at the World Championships, and he was indoors in the 3K. Oh, he won the World Indoor Championships that year in the 3K. That's 2025. My bad. My bad.
It's all right. Sam Ruth is better. Josh put it on paper. It's a
Hey, we'll see what Sam Roof does this year.
No,
yeah,
he
he's still
was
what, 16?
Jakob. He was fourth at the World Championships at 19 years old. In the 15, he ran 331.
Wait. At what time? At what age?
19.
He ran 331 at 19. Matthew Boylan, you got to get off the list, bro. 331 at
Actually,
19, bro.
his PR that year was in 2019. Oh yeah, it was I just said it. Yeah, it was 330.
No.
That's better than Matthew Bowling?
Matthew Boylan is probably the biggest moment for sure, though. That was a crazy moment.
That's the question. That's the question. Make this Aaron, make this graphic, or Raymond make this graphic. Well, first this we're like totally if you're still listening to the podcast, you're rolling because we just like off
We're
everything.
rambling now.
But we'll end on this. First off, order of business, y'all. We make a graphic, top 10 of these moments. Put Mary Slaney on there. Mary Decker, my bad. Put her on there on 2 out of 10. We'll just mess up the list. It doesn't matter. Also, the question of the day is what is a better moment in history? Jakob Ingebrigtsen running 330 at 19 years old, or Matthew Bowling running 998 at 17.
You got to go watch the race, though. That's the thing. That's what gets people. Go watch the YouTube video of Matthew Boylan running that race, and then go watch him long jump. And that might change your mind. But Jakob was running against grown men, though.
And Jakob, he finished second place in that race to Timothy Chariot. So he was basically carried. So
He was carried. That's
And
crazy.
Josh tried to take it away from him.
That's crazy. All right.
Everyone, 2019, everyone was carried by Timothy Chariot.
Yeah, that
He
man
went
was on a
crazy that
different.
year.
He was different, bro. Oh my gosh, like different, like
Leading up until he finally lost at Tokyo, he was unstoppable.
robot, bro. Robot, like straight up. And good for Timothy, bro. Like, not to be like he never clean athlete, you know? Nothing ever like not sorry we have to go to that, but I'm just this, it's the real though, like, you know,
That's the sport we live in.
it
Never
is.
know.
You never know. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll do some more of these. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Let's get it.
Peace.